Hello, and welcome to the Waterloo Schools Foundation's Breakfast for Dinner. My name is Emily Hanson, and I am the Executive Director of the Waterloo Schools Foundation. I am honored to be serving as your host this evening. Thanks for tuning in. Here to help us kick off the event, let's welcome West High music students performing 6 Feet Apart by Alec Benjamin.
They say distance is relative, and relative to relatives I have, I'd say I'm relatively close to breaking down, because right now I feel so alone. I've been missing the elements and wishing the elephant in the room would leave and kindly close the door. I can't ignore him like before, not anymore. Oh, I miss you most at 6 feet apart, when you're right outside my window, looking right inside my car. And it hurts to know just how lovely you are. Me too far away to hold, but close enough to break my heart. I miss your smile, feels like miles, 6 feet apart. So far, but so close, like a star out in the cosmos. Can't touch the beauty I see. That's how it feels at 6 feet. Space and time are interwoven, well, at least that's what we're told. When I was young I was suspicious, but it's true. Time sticks like glue. I feel so blue, here missing you. So I think I'll build a time machine and go back to a time when we didn't need to measure 6 feet on the ground. When I came around, that's not allowed. I can go back now. So I miss you most at 6 feet apart, when you're right outside my window, looking right inside my car. And it hurts to know just how lovely you are, and be too far away to hold, but close enough to break my heart. I miss your smile, feels like miles, 6 feet apart. So far, but so close, like a star out in the cosmos. Can't touch the beauty I see. That's how it feels at 6 feet. So far, but so close, like a star out in the cosmos. Can't touch the beauty I see. That's how it feels at 6 feet.
Tonight, I'm excited to share with you how Waterloo schools have been adapting to new learning environments created by COVID-19's pandemic. We are so proud of the hard work staff members have put in to keep our children safe these last 6 months, and a few of them will be joining us later to share these updates with you. Waterloo schools have been making great strides over the last 5 years. Our graduation rate was at an all-time high in 2019, and most of our schools have shown growth in school performance ratings put out by the Iowa Department of Education. But if we want this progress to continue, we need to recognize that our schools need us now more than ever. As staff and families have shifted gears to continue to educate our students in a safe manner, funding needs have grown significantly in our schools due to COVID-19. In fact, public schools are expected to incur on average an additional $3 million in pandemic-related expenses this year. Here to talk more about how you can help, let's welcome for the first time this evening, Superintendent Dr. Jane Lindaman.
Hi everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight for such an important event. Later on in the program, I will be giving you a brief State of the District address to update you on how our schools are adapting to the changes brought on by the COVID-19 pandemic. But before I do that, I want to share with you an exciting opportunity. As the superintendent of Waterloo Schools, I see firsthand how hard our staff members work to meet the many diverse needs of the students we serve. We are moving forward each and every day because our kids deserve the very best. As a parent of 2 Waterloo School students, I see the impact teachers have on the lives of my own kids. I want them to receive the best possible education and know that they are being set up for success because of the village that we have supporting them in this school district. The Waterloo Schools Foundation has been a great partner for our district over the past 10 years, donating more than $1.7 million to ensure that every child who walks through the doors of any school in Waterloo has the resources they need to succeed. My husband Steve and I believe so much in our schools in this district that we would like to issue a challenge. Here it is. We would like to ask you to help us raise $5,000 in the next 24 hours. Steve and I commit in partnership with the founding board members of the Waterloo Schools Foundation to do a matching challenge for all of you, which will take that $5,000 and make it $10,000 all in 24 hours. If we reach this goal, my husband Steve and I will personally give $2,500, and the founding board members of the Waterloo Schools Foundation will give another $2,500. So again, if we can raise $5,000 in the next 24 hours, Steve and I and the founding board members will double those dollars raised to equal $10,000 for our schools. However, this only works if you act now. I urge you to donate now. There are so many wonderful things happening, and we will make great progress. I promise you it will be an excellent investment, and with the matching challenge, your donation will be doubled. Thanks for supporting our students and our staff and our community.
Please consider making a donation to support public education in Waterloo now. The link to give online is pinned at the top of the comment section and is also listed in the description of this video. Or you can visit our Facebook page and click the donate button. If you'd prefer to make a donation offline, checks can be mailed to P.O. Box 1896, Waterloo, Iowa, zip code 50704. For more information on how to donate, visit WCSFOUNDATION.org.
My name is Jean Seeland. I'm a retired teacher in the Waterloo School District. I believe that public education is vital to a democracy. And by giving to the Waterloo Schools Foundation, I know that we will keep our public schools strong.
The Waterloo Schools Foundation is excited to announce that we have pledged to donate $100,000 this academic year to support COVID relief efforts in our schools. This is possible because of a generous grant awarded by the Otto Schweitz Foundation. These funds will be used to purchase additional supplies to keep our students and teachers safe throughout the year. It's a great first step towards getting our schools the resources that they need. We would like to thank the Otto Schweitz Foundation's Board of Directors for helping provide a safe and healthy school year for our students. Now, we want you to help us take the next step forward. Give now to the Waterloo Schools Foundation so your donation can have double the impact thanks to the Superintendent's Challenge. Every dollar we raise matters and makes a difference in our schools. Now, it is my pleasure to introduce Gina Weekly. She is joining us this evening to answer a few questions regarding innovative support methods for our students and to talk about an outstanding project that benefited from Foundation dollars this past summer.
So I'm Gina Weekly. I'm at-risk student supports coordinator for the Waterloo Schools. I'm based out of Lincoln Elementary, but I also serve in the role as district summer programs coordinator. So COVID-19 has impacted students in a lot of different ways. Of course, with being out of school for almost 5 months, it has impacted their academic performance. We have seen a lot of students have come in low, whereas we do have some students who took advantage of that time with their families to be engaged in academic services and programs that have come in above or right where they need to be. But the biggest impact that we notice is our social emotional. Some of our students aren't having a great time dealing or coping with the issues that they faced outside of school. It's been a pretty traumatic experience for a lot of our students, so just figuring out how to best serve those students. This year, with all of the safety precautions, we are going above and beyond just to make sure, first and foremost, our babies and our staff feel safe at school. So making sure that we're doing all the things that the Black Hawk County Health Department is requiring of us, but above and beyond that as well. We are doing small groups with our kids to do social emotional based learning, just tapping into our babies' mental and emotional health and figuring out exactly what they and their families need. So whether it's community resources, mental health services, Financial services. We're just trying to figure out how we can wrap those families and students in those services. So the We Believe Summer Learning Academy is a program that is designed to help curb the summer learning loss. So each year, historically, we serve roughly 450 to 500 students throughout the summer, giving them intensive learning opportunities, along with field trips, recreational activities, and mental health services. This year, due to COVID-19, we operated a Jumpstart Academy, which was a 2-week program that we were able to operate to provide students with those academic assistance and programming, but also to really tap into our students' social emotional health and provide them with those mental health services.
Thanks, Gina. We love hearing about the innovative approaches that have been taken to help our students right now, and how well Jumpstart went this summer. Before we move to our next speaker, let's enjoy a music video provided by the internationally known group that can be found right here in the Cedar Valley, Hip Hop Literacy 319.
In my community, we love, we laugh together. In my community, we love and laugh together. In my community, we count on one another. In my community, we smile at each other, may give a small hug as sisters and brothers. In my community, we love and laugh together. In my community, we count on one another. In my community, we smile at each other, may give a small hug as sisters and brothers. This is my city and it's called Waterloo. Here's a few things that I really like to do. If you like to swim, I'll meet you at the pool. We can splash, we can jump in, really act a fool. We can play football in the park. We can watch fireworks at the dark. We can drive plumbers, go-kart. I really like the city, Waterloo is in my heart. Ay.
Sometimes in the loo, everything is not fair. I feel very bored, so let's go to get in. When I go to Salt and Pepper, you be like, so you have share. Let's go to the movie so we can watch over there. Watch over there. What you tryna do? Are you tryna go to gate so we all could go hoop and laser tag? But you know you can't shoot just like the play. You be going up the roofs.
I live in Waterloo, there's a lot of things to do, like go to Lafayette and meet my crew. Ride our bikes to the river too. I wonder why the water is never blue. We go to the library to read a book, play a game, and sometimes even cook. We ride our bikes just a little more. We get thirsty and we stop at the corner store.
In my community, we love, we laugh together. In my community, in my community, we love, we laugh together. In my community.
Let's put our hands together for these talented students, even in your living room or wherever you may be watching. A few moments ago, Gina Weekly talked about the impact COVID-19 has had on our students. Now, here to talk about some of the new safety procedures, help me welcome Kingsley Botchway.
My name is Kingsley Botchway. I'm the Chief Officer of Human Resources and Equity for the Waterloo Community Schools. I'm in charge of all of the staff and all the interactions, all the HR discussions, basically anything staff related I'm in charge of. Yeah, it was a long and laborious process. We had a number of stakeholders, both our parents, staff, administrators, teachers and paras, also experts in their respective fields, come together for about 4 to 5 meetings over a number of hours to meet and talk about how we could build a plan that would ultimately allow for Waterloo schools to begin school. Some of those safety procedures have been, wanting to make sure that we have masks on at all times, also providing for mask breaks, because we have masks from pre-K all the way through our seniors, and so making sure that we had opportunities was very important. And then some of the other changes were social distancing, and so how do we make sure that we're maintaining social distancing as we go to class, as we meet in the hallways, as we have meetings, and so all those things are happening. Dr. Mohorn, Dr. Lindaman, myself, and Director Paget actually went out to a number of different locations, all the buildings actually in the district, and measured it out just to make sure we were keeping our staff and our students safe. Additionally, we also wanted to make sure that when it came to lunches, when it came to those areas in which we couldn't do as much social distancing as we would like, we purchased dividers, or we purchased plexiglass desk shields as well that would allow for some separation to occur and things to be somewhat normal in that sense. Absolutely. A lot of credit has gone to our staff. There were so many comments about us not necessarily being successful or being able to stay successful, and that wasn't negative as far as it was just people realizing the challenges that laid ahead. And our staff, and especially our students, have come in and done a wonderful job of wanting to stay in school, wanting to stay open, working with us. And when there have been problems that have arisen, we've just been able to, sound the bell and react to the call and do the things we need to do to make sure that we stay open and stay able to educate all our students.
Wow, I wasn't kidding when I said earlier that our staff members have been working so hard to keep our children safe. We are so thankful for all of the amazing employees of the Waterloo schools for their ongoing support given to the children of Waterloo. You all really are going above and beyond for our kids. Now, I would like to take a moment to thank and recognize our sponsors. In difficult time, these people have kept our schools in mind, and we are so grateful for their continued support. In particular, I would like to thank our platinum sponsors, Amy Wienan's Real Estate and Farmer State Bank. This event would not have been possible without all of your support. Thank you. And don't forget, you do not need to be a sponsor of this event to support the Waterloo Schools Foundation. We happily accept any size donation, big or small. And let's remember, this year and now, more than ever, our schools need us. Give the gift of education now. The link to give online is pinned at the top of the comment section and is also listed in the description of this video. Or you can visit our Facebook page and click the donate button. If you'd prefer to make a contribution offline, checks can be mailed to P.O. Box 1896, Waterloo, Iowa, zip code 50704. For more information on how to donate, visit our website, WCSFOUNDATION.org. The 10,500 students of the Waterloo schools, thank you for your support.
Hi, my name is Sara Laures. I am the Chief People Officer for VGM Group here in Waterloo. And we give to the Waterloo Schools Foundation really because we believe in all of the initiatives that they support and the efforts that they have within the Waterloo school system. We've had the wonderful opportunity to support the AMOS program and opportunities for students of color to have internships at VGM, and it's just been a wonderful partnership, and we really look forward to many years to come.
And now, the moment we've all been waiting for. Dr. Jane Lindaman returns to give us her State of the District address.
Good evening. It seems so interesting to be giving a State of the District address virtually. And it's quite different to have so many viewers watching from the comfort of your homes instead of the large room at the Sullivan Center. However, if there's one thing we have learned, it's that we are capable of doing most anything. This global pandemic has pushed educators to new limits, and we have risen to the occasion. Even in these very challenging times, Waterloo Schools is making stride to serve students and help them reach their potential. Before I share a few things about our district, I would like to thank the Waterloo Schools Board of Education for their vision and support. Under the leadership of the board president, Shanley McNally, their commitment to serving our students, staff, and community is making a significant impact. Helen Keller said, "Optimism is the faith that leads to achievement. Nothing can be done without hope and optimism." As the superintendent of Waterloo Schools, I am filled with hope and optimism even during these extremely challenging times. Last March, our district closed due to the uncertainty of the virus. From April to July, staff and community members worked feverishly to ensure that we had a plan to reopen our schools. I am incredibly proud of the work that we have done to reopen our schools. Our Return to Learn plan was developed by staff and community, and I would argue it's one of the best plans in the state. We are open for business and safely serving our students, with the vast majority of our students attending in person. I am happy to have the opportunity this evening to provide some insight on how we are going about the work during this global pandemic. This year, we transitioned our strategic plan to focus on very specific tasks during the current school year. We still are working our plan that is packaged under the acronym PACE, People, Achievement, Community, and Environment. But we have streamlined the work to focus on the safety and well-being of our staff, strategically tackling the achievement gap that is being widened during this pandemic, communicating accurately and often how we are doing, and most importantly, ensuring that our students are physically safe and emotionally well. Despite the significant amount of work ahead of us, we truly are making gains. And while the global pandemic has caused us to adjust the work and the way that we monitor our progress, we still have plenty of great news to report. First, in this new era of serving students, we were able to offer choices to our students to learn in person or virtually, serving over 2,500 students virtually. While this new normal has been extremely difficult, we are finding our way. Our graduation rate continues to be on an upward trend, with both our comprehensive high schools having approximately 94% graduation rates. Even while we weren't able to do business as usual, 83% of our students district-wide graduated in 4 years and 88% graduated in 5 years. And we have our sights set on 90%, and I'm confident we can do that. We have launched systemic equity training across our entire district. We are having intentional conversations about race, racial inequities, and our role in systemic racism. We acknowledge that many of our Black and brown students are not consistently doing well, and we are committed to being part of the solution and leading the way. We are intentionally applying a plan to recruit and retain staff of color. Currently, 1 in 5 of our employees is a person of color. I am leading an Aspiring Leaders program with a specific focus on supporting staff of color, specifically African American teachers, to gain leadership experiences in administration. Our Waterloo Career Center is gaining attention from all across the state and nation. We launched 4 more programs: physical therapy, emergency management, biomedical lab technology, and K-12 teacher prep, bringing the total number of programs to 18. While the enrollment process was so complicated during this pandemic, we are planning for a full steam ahead and anticipating record enrollment next year. Our board committed almost $1.5 million to support a one-to-one initiative this spring to ensure our students have access to technology and internet, and that our staff has adequate devices and professional development to support our students. We are offering programming for our advanced learners that is not available in most any districts in Iowa. We offer 63 concurrent classes where students can earn high school and college credits simultaneously, and we are one of 2 districts in the state of Iowa that offer the International Baccalaureate Diploma Program, a high-rigor program recognized worldwide. We are the only district in Iowa to adopt a district-wide K-12 system for serving students identified as twice exceptional. We have excellent facilities in our district, and we are in the process of planning for a full-scale renovation of Central Middle School, and we are building a brand new Lowell Elementary to provide a permanent home for our Lowell students who lost their school due to a roof collapse in February of 2019. We have the best students in the state, students with extremely bright futures. The financial support of our foundation is critical to our work. We simply just couldn't do it without them. On behalf of the Waterloo School students, families, staff, and board of directors, we would like to thank everyone associated with Waterloo School Foundation for your support. We are so grateful for all you do.
Thanks, Dr. Lindaman. We appreciate your leadership and the student-centered approach that you always bring to education. As I hope you've heard this evening, our schools are working hard to ensure that we move forward. While COVID-19 has changed a lot of things, we are still in this together and stand proudly with our public schools. The Waterloo Schools Foundation was founded to support our schools, to ensure that every child is able to succeed academically. Right now, our students, teachers, and schools are depending on us. So stand with us. If you haven't already made a donation, visit the link to give online that is pinned at the top of the comment section or listed in the description of this video. You can also visit our Facebook page to click the donate button. If you'd prefer to make a contribution offline, checks can be mailed to P.O. Box 1896, Waterloo, Iowa, zip code 50704. For more information on how to donate, visit WCSFOUNDATION.org. Remember, we only have 24 hours to fulfill the Superintendent's Challenge and to reach $5,000. But together, I'm confident we can do it.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
What a great reminder that every dollar we raise matters, because the children in our community matter. Thank you for joining the Waterloo Schools Foundation's Breakfast for Dinner. You are making our community and our school stronger. Have a great night.